Well, Delaware Representative Sarah Don't Call Me Tim McBride has a problem with the GOP.
Should I call you Mister?
Says the Republicans are concentrating too much of the culture war.
What?
And he calls it weird and bizarre.
Sheer fucking hubris.
I'm Jazz Borganzo, and this, weird and bizarre. Interesting words are used coming from a guy who runs around in a wig.
Excuse me, it's ma'am.
Dress in pumps.
What the fuck?
But that's just me.
That's fucked up, man.
And it's what's next. What's up, ladies and gentlemen? Jazz Borganzo, what's next? Your daily dose. Hope you guys are feeling good today on this Friday. Yes, TGIF. The weekend, always a great thing, especially after a long week. Well, Transanity. Yes, that lovely place where we pack up the kids and kiss grandma goodbye and may never come back. But no. Sarah Don't Call Me Tim McBride, the first openly trans mental representative in the United States Congress. Big hoopah, right? Hey, it's a first step. It's breaking glass ceilings, what have you. But it hasn't been a very good couple months for Mr. McBride. He's been called out by Nancy Mace and now Representative Keith Self, out of Indiana. But he's got a problem with this. He says the GOP is concentrating too much on the culture war, and he calls it weird and bizarre. Weird and bizarre. Interesting words coming from a guy who runs around in a wig, dress, and pumps, but the GOP has the problem. Wow. This coming from Breitbart. John Nolte. Cross-dressing Dem Congressman McBride attacks GOP as weird and bizarre. Yeah. Representative Sarah Don't Call Me Tim McBride, a guy who looks so bad in a wig and dressed Corporal Klinger would wince. Corporal Klinger, wow, went old school mash, is attacking Republicans as weird and bizarre. That's right, a guy who runs around in high heels and calls himself Sarah thinks that you and I are creepy. Look at this, it's like something out of an 80s sitcom. Can you guess which one?
We will not take a lecture on decorum from a party that incited an insurrection.
That's dead, dude. That's dead.
I appear to live rent-free
No one cares anymore.
in the minds of some of my Republican colleagues. I wish that they would spend even a fraction of the time that they spend thinking about me, thinking about how to lower the costs for American families. I wish they would spend a fraction of the time that they spend thinking about me, figuring out how to make government actually work better, rather than making it work worse in order to prove that government can't work. They are obsessed with culture war issues. The Republican Party is obsessed with culture war issues. It is weird and it is bizarre. And the American people deserve serious legislators, serious elected officials who are focused on bringing people together to deliver real results for the American people, not to play games and not to engage in schoolyard taunts.
No one cares. Serious. I want to talk about being serious. A guy who runs around looking like Tom Hanks and bosom buddies, but he wants to be serious. Okay. Quote, I appear to live rent-free. Okay, I'm not going to go over that because he just said it. This silly brouhaha erupted Tuesday as Representative Keith Self, accurately and heroically referred to Sarah as Mr. Here in the video moment, that is hilarious, and I'll show that clip. All Representative Self did was follow the science. That was his only sin. Hey, if Sarah wants to run around looking like a homely human resources manager, it's a free country. But no one is required to play along with his delusion. If Sarah, quote, was so worried about the high cost of living for American families, he would have saved a little bit of money of his own family to giving up wigs and nylons. How much does makeup cost to cover up that 5 o'clock shadow? That can't be cheap. Wow. Correctly identified as the ugly guy in a dress as Mr. doesn't mean the ugly guy in a dress lives rent-free in your head. All that means is you respect things like biology and reality. All it means is that you won't be bullied by CNN's Room 101 and not only say that it comes to believe that 2 + 2 is 5. All it means is that you believe in truth and accuracy and have some respect for women, and not fetishes who run around pretending that it's all it takes to be a woman is like panties and a wig. Sarah doesn't live rent free in my head, but I'll admit that every time he's in the news, I picture him like the congressional ladies' room with his skirt hiked over his belt, taking a piss in the sink. Damn. Damn. You want to cross-dress and go about your, you want to cross-dress and go about your own business? You go ahead. I got no problems. But if you want to cross-dress and use that fetish to emotionally blackmail and manipulate others to speak and think what they know are lies, I ridicule you all day long. And if you want to take it outside and whack me with your purse, that's okay too. Arrogant freak. Wow.
I now recognize the representative from Delaware, Mr. McBride.
Thank you, Madam Chair. Ranking Member Keating, also wonderful.
Mr.
I'm
Chairman,
sorry.
could you repeat your introduction again, please?
Yes, we have set the standard on the floor of the House, and I'm simply.
What is that standard, Mr. Chairman? Would you repeat what you just said when you introduced a duly elected representative from the United States of America? Please.
I will. The representative from Delaware, Mr. McBride.
Mr. Chairman, you are out of order. Mr. Chairman, have you no decency? I've come to know you a little bit, but this is not decent.
We will continue this.
You will not continue it with me unless you introduce a duly elected representative the right way.
This hearing is adjourned.
Holding nothing back. Bare knuckles. Culture war. This has been going on for years now. Remember Bill O'Reilly on Fox? He used to talk about the culture war. He would have Culture War Friday, and he would have a little segment where basically he would talk about some place, some town, some stupid ass issue going on because of lefty nonsense. Guess what? We're a decade plus later, and we're still going through the culture war. But now it's on steroids. It is on full blast. When you've got knuckleheads like Bruce Jenner, what's his name? Oh my gosh, I forgot his name. The guy who should have been serving Leavenworth, who decided I'm going to become a woman so he can avoid jail time. Courtesy of one Barack Obama. His name will come up later, but in this, I really don't care. And then you have those like Tim McBride here. When you have those like this guy who says that the GOP is not being serious, that Republicans are not being serious. Now, you can say a lot of things that are going on right now is that they're concentrating on certain issues and not concentrating on others. He has legs to stand on. He's got a case. But when you decide to use your mental illness as a prop, as a crutch, to throw that out there, say, hey, you know what? You need to stop concentrating on me just because I've got a dress, wig, and pumps on and I run around lipstick, and I wear cover up. You're not serious, dude. You're not serious. And yeah, you're a dude. You're not serious. While women's sports and women's issues are getting buried, how can you not take it seriously? Representative Keith Self did what he was supposed to do. He followed the science. He followed biology. He did what was common sense and factual. I'm going to call you out as a dude, whether you like it or not. And if people are upset about it, well, it sucks to be you. When it comes to, let me jump right back to women's sports. Women's sports have been getting trashed the number of years, last 3 to 5 years. Did anybody see the Olympics when 2 dudes beat the shit out of women and won the gold medal? And of course, this all goes back to one Mr. Leah Will Thomas, who gave birth to one Riley Gaines, who now Riley Gaines is pretty much out there fighting the good fight. And of course, it will continue to fight the good fight because this shit's not ending anytime soon. And as long as you have knuckleheads like Tim McBride running around doing what he does, we're going to mock you. It is what it is. And with that being said, I'm Jazz Berganzo. This is What's Next. Want to see more like this? Please leave a comment below. Like it, share it, subscribe to it. Hit that notification bell so you guys never miss a thing. Continue spreading the word about the show. Appreciate you guys watching as always. And we'll see you on the next one. Peace.